The Ubiquiti EdgeRouter 4, ER4, falls somewhere in between a consumer-grade Soho router, Netgear, Linksys, etc., and enterprise-class, Cisco, Juniper. It supplies many of the features of enterprise-grade hardware, such as a robust CLI, and is packaged in a durable, fanless metal box that is easily wall-mounted. The SFP port is a nice plus when you need it. I purchased this product for two reasons: to better segment my home network and because it can handle Cox Gigablast's 1 gigabit downstream connectivity. I no longer have the time to build and maintain my own Linux or BSD-based router, and this is the next best thing. The TL Doctor version of below is, if you need 1 gigabit symmetric, DX and RX, performance, the ER4 has you covered. If your upstream connectivity is limited to hundreds of MB or less, you should consider the UniFi Security Gateway, USG, instead. The pros: great web GUI that doesn't hide technical complexity from the user. It does not force coddle you or obfuscate capability behind a boring interface. While wizards are available to walk you through common setup scenarios, they are optional, and you have the ability to make changes after the fact. Pretty, interactive, and live graphs on the dashboard and DPI for client IPs are nicely, albeit mostly cosmetic, features. Performance is great and you can set up almost everything from VLANs to firewalls to various services, VPN, DHCP, in the go way. If you are a native Linux user and are already familiar with how most networking concepts, including Iptable's firewalls, are implemented, you will find setup intuitive and clean. If you are coming from other enterprise-grade hardware companies, such as Cisco, you're going to have a slight learning curve while you translate concepts and technology implementations. The device also integrates with Ubiquiti's Network Management System, UNMS, a godsend if you are trying to manage multiple networks/sites/ etc., less useful if you're just a home user. The cons: apparently, Ubiquiti for some reason maintains two separate management systems, UNMS and UniFi, both with. You cannot manage edge devices in UniFi and vice versa. It escapes me why this makes sense, rather than have a step-up market strategy where you hook small businesses into your equipment and offer them an upgrade path as they grow. Apparently, the benefit of the Edge series is you don't require it to be centrally managed, UNMS, while the UniFi hardware requires a UniFi controller to do so. I can see the value in some situations of standalone management interfaces, but why this central management system can't manage both types of devices makes no sense to me. So why the ER4? I couldn't find good documentation on performance for the various Edge class, UNMS, and USG, UniFi, hardware, although I heard many reports that the USG could not switch gigabit Ethernet at full duplex, meaning symmetric, on its WAN interface, while the ER4 could. This was a showstopper for me. The ER4 is fully capable of switching 1 gigabit of symmetric traffic. I would recommend Ubiquiti products to anyone. I have used them in the past with great results and this one is no exception. Right out of the box hardware offloading was enabled and performance was far superior to an all-in-one router. It took less than 15 minutes to mount it and connect it. Ping times to Google dropped from 34 milliseconds to a very stable 16 to 19. This screenshot is while Netflix is streaming and a PlayStation is also actively gaming on the network. This is completely out of the box without any tinkering or fiddling with settings. I really don't know how I could get it any better with tinkering, to be honest. They'll do some security housekeeping on it just to make sure there are no open doors, but for now, I'm very impressed with this purchase. If you're considering this router for $190 or something like a Nighthawk or other gaming router, I would strongly suggest you buy this and then a decent access point if you need wireless connectivity. Click link in description for more reviews.